Hi friends, welcome to today's video. This is a requested makeup look for the look that I was wearing in my January favorites. This look right here. I absolutely love this look because it's become like my signature go-to. All of the products are in a bin sitting on my vanity, and I truly mean it. These don't go in the drawers because I reach for them every day. This bin right here has everything that I love in my collection, and I'm going to put together the look that I was wearing, and I'm going to talk you through every single step to get to this look here. And let me tell you, I love this look. These products are incredible. It's mostly high-end, but there are a little sprinkling of some drugstore products to help create this look. So if you want to see how I did it, then just continue watching. I'm going to start in the order that I apply the products. So I'm going to use my L'Oreal Glotion in the medium shade as my primer. And I'm going to use my fingers to just kind of massage this in. I've gone over like my routine foundation-wise in a previously posted video, so I'm going to zip through this portion pretty quickly. But I use this in place of primer, and I've been doing this for several weeks now, and I absolutely love the glow that this gives the skin. It makes the skin look so incredibly beautiful. And then my foundation, it's the Benefit Porefessional. I absolutely love this. I wear shade 7 and Savvy. That's what that color looks like. I like to use my damp beauty blender to kind of pounce this into the skin right over the Glotion from L'Oreal. From here, I'm going to move into concealers. I have been mixing two concealers. The Natasha Denona High Glam is absolutely incredible. I use the shade P1 because I like that sort of peachy tone, and I use that kind of on the outer parameters of the under eye. And then I go in with the Shape Tape. This is shade 16N Fair Light Neutral. I did order this in a shade darker so that I can use as my main concealer. Because this is so light, I only use just a little bit like that in the innermost corner to create the brightness. Back in with that sponge and just blend. Both of these concealers are equally as beautiful on their own, but together I like mixing my products because I have so many of them that I try to get through what I have so that it doesn't go to waste. And mixing them, sometimes you create an even better formula. Like I said, they're both beautiful on their own. That gives me full coverage. My under eyes do not look dry, crepey, doesn't look like it's aged quite a bit. It is fully covered and it looks beautiful, and it's because I mixed these concealers together. Shape Tape is a little bit more of a heavy duty concealer, so it does look sometimes heavy if you put too much on. But with a beauty sponge, it really does make these concealers that are full coverage a little bit heavier in consistency or thicker in consistency look a little bit more natural when you use that dampened sponge method. So if you have Shape Tape and you haven't enjoyed it because you feel like it's too much or too heavy, try it with the damp sponge. You might actually like it. I'm going to move into some cream-based products. I'm going to start off with my bronzer. I like to layer creams and then set them with corresponding powders. I'm going to show you that technique today. I'm going to use my Makeup by Mario bronzing stick. That is the shade Light Medium. It is a perfect formula. It blends so incredibly well. You use that on a Morphe brush. This is the M242. And I'm going to use all of my cream-based products first before I go on with powders so that everything looks more seamless and just more blended, more perfected. In the end result, it's all gonna come together really nicely. And this brush is absolute perfection for this step. Any cream or contour products that are kind of bronzy and dark, this is the brush. My cream blush is gonna be this trio from Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is the pink version. It's the Magic Touch Blush Trio, and there's a couple shade options. I'm gonna use this really bright, kind of fun bubblegum pink color, using the back of my hand as a palette and going in with yet another Morphe brush. This is the M204. This is made for cream and liquid blushes. So I'm gonna just kind of rub it back and forth on my hand like this with the brush. And then I'm gonna start kind of tapping and adding a layer of color. And I'm gonna go a little bit under the eyes as well. And I'm doing this a little bit higher up to create more of a lift to the face. From here, we're gonna go into our powder steps, and I start that off with the Huda Beauty Easy Bake Powder in the shade called Sugar Cookie. This is the fragrance-free version. Either one, fragrance-free or the original, works the exact same way. I have no idea what kind of magic they've put into this powder, but it truly is phenomenal at blurring the skin, locking everything in, keeping the oils from breaking down the foundation throughout the day. Again, it's like a magic formula. I do take quite a bit of it on a powder puff. I'm gonna start right in this zone here and then work my way up towards the under eye area. And then what's left, I go over my lip because we don't want a dewy lip that kind of looks a little sweaty. We don't want that. And the chin. And I also take what's left and I just kind of press in this zone here. Go in for a little bit more powder. And I'm not afraid of powder, and neither should you, because if you use the right formulas, you're not gonna look dry, cakey. You're not gonna look like you've aged 10 years. And it's all about the formula, and this one is absolute perfection. And let's just say you're not a loose powder kind of gal, or maybe you just don't like Huda Beauty, the brand or the products. This powder from Dibs is actually really, really beautiful. This is called the Love Beam Setting Powder. I have shade 111 New Beginnings. It is a split pan, so you have one that's a little bit more yellow and one that creates a little bit more brightness that looks more white. This is actually a really thin, finely milled powder. This is great for someone who is anti-powder. Maybe you have more mature skin and you don't like powder, but you want something to set your concealers, maybe through the T-zone during those warmer months. This is fantastic. It feels incredible, feels soft, silky, but it's thin, it's lightweight, and it's not heavy whatsoever. So if I'm gonna use this to set any zones of my face, I like to go in with a more precise brush. This is a BK Beauty 110 brush, and I just kind of go in between both colors, sometimes just this yellow one, and then I will kind of set in the same way that I did Huda. I'm just showing you, I don't typically use both at the same time because I don't think it's necessary for me. But if I were to use this, I'm gonna show you exactly how I do it. So go back in between and just kind of set this. Now my faces will be extra set today, and the oils will not be breaking this down because I'm doing 2 layers of powder, but this is gonna still look beautiful even though I've done 2 powders. I like to take the white side and use that to brighten right in here, same brush, or you can do a powder puff, whatever you wanna do, but this is beautiful and it smells incredible. I get the hint of chocolate, like a Too Faced chocolatey vibe. I've heard someone say that it smells like marshmallows. And maybe, yeah, like a little sweetness. I can see that, definitely. Now for my powder bronzer, I'm gonna go in with the ABH Smooth Blur Bronzer in the shade Warm Sand Vibes. And this is such a nice formula. I like to use a BK Beauty 107 brush to just lightly add a little bit more color and kind of set down those cream-based products, and that's what's gonna give you the longevity. I know it seems like a lot of product, but I'm not using a lot of each one. It's just lighter, thinner amounts of each product layered together. Really make this come together. Now for my blush, I'm gonna use this baked blush from CoverGirl. This is the Skin Enhancer. These are the luminous bronzers and blushes that they recently launched, and they're actually pretty fantastic. This shade is the Please Please Pink number 400. And I love to use this to set down that ABH Cream Blush. But the formula is spectacular. If you have not tried one of these yet, please do so. I'm gonna link to everything down below. Do yourself a favor and try it. I love baked formulas. I've talked about my love for baked formulas when I talk about Laura Geller products. I just love this formula. I love how this just gives you some color without it being too heavy. Now I am applying more than I typically do just because I love this formula and I'm obsessed with blush. If I don't put creams underneath, it's a little bit softer than what you see, but at the end of the day, this is going to last and stay on, and it's not gonna fade. And the formula is not heavy. It's just got this, it got a high-end feel. That's what it is. It's a high-end feel at an affordable price point, and I'm here for it. If CoverGirl keeps this up, this is gonna be the year where they completely blow out all the other brands because they started off strong with that blush. And this is what the bronzer looks like, by the way. I have the shade called Caramel Truffle. So if you have not tried this bronzer, if you're looking for an hourglass alternative, this is a great thing to try. So that is pretty much the base complexion that I typically do. I'm going to now use a little bit of primer to prevent creasing. And I love using a cream shadow. This is the one from Makeup by Mario. This is the Sandstone. These are the Master Mattes Longwear Cream Eyeshadows. This doubles as a primer because it doesn't crease on me, and I use this every single day, and I'm actually running out of it. Take it on the back of my hand like that. You can swipe directly if you want to, but I really don't have much left in this container, and I use my fingers to apply a thin layer. Now time for the eye look that I was wearing in that video, and it was these products and everything else I've already done with you on camera has been in the bin that I use to hold everything to show it to you in my January favorites. So these literally live on my vanity because I love them so much. And I typically start with the 6-pan, which looks like that. This is the light version. There's 3 options, light, medium, and dark. So the light is perfect. It's light. It's gonna give you a very natural look. I'm gonna start off with the BK Beauty 206 brush, which is an eyeshadow brush. And I like to take this light shade here, and you can probably already tell where I kind of dip my brush in the most because these 2 shades, I use them every single day. Even if I do just something simple, I go with this color to set that cream-based product from Makeup by Mario, just so that I can have an easier time with blending. And I just kind of pat that color all over. Also gonna take that same shade and go right in this innermost corner to brighten. Right in here. Same brush, I'm not switching to anything special. Same brush will do the trick just fine. I'm gonna start building my crease with the 212 brush from BK Beauty. I'm gonna go right into the same palette, but one shade beneath. This is what I just did, and so we're going down to this color here. This has a little bit of a rosiness. It's a light tan shade. It does build up really nicely, so you can definitely put more of this on and get it to show up. But it has a little bit of rosiness, which adds to that more natural look to the eye, which I think is really, really pretty. And I love. Obviously, you can barely even see the PT logo embossed on the pan anymore because I literally use this every day. And I love it. I love these colors. These formulas are incredible. And they just blend so easily and they look so effortless on the eye. It looks like a professional did it when I'm not a professional. So if I can do it, you can do it. So keeping it pretty simple, I'm going to take that same brush, same color, and just kind of sweep it underneath and connect it out here, just to give me a little bit of color and start creating a more cohesive look around the entire eye. This is kind of like a baseline look, and I will then add eyeliner and mascara, or if I do want a little bit more color, I go into the Major Dimensions 3. This one is beautiful. I love this palette so much. It has a row of warm tones at the top and then a bunch of cool tones at the bottom. And I love the formula. Again, it's the same as the 6 pan. So I kind of dip into these cool tones, which I've been in my cool tone era for quite some time. So if I want a little bit more color, I will dip into this row here at the bottom. So for today, I think I'm going to take this shade here, which is a very cool tone, like tan shade. And it's not as rosy if you look at it in comparison to the one that I use, which is right here. The one that I use has a little bit more pink to it than this one in this palette. So kind of giving you some options. They're not the exact same thing, even though they do look similar. So I'm gonna take my brush and just kind of tap it in there a few times, tap off that excess, and then just go right on this outer edge here. Now for a little bit more liner work and creating a more smoky effect on the lower lashes, I will be switching to a different brush. This is a 204 from BK Beauty. I own 2 of these because this brush is fantastic. It is the perfect size for applying color really strategically at the lash line, on the upper lashes, and the lower lash line as well. And I'm going to go back to that larger palette from Patrick Ta, and I'm going to use this shade here, which is a really dark, deep brown shade. Very cool tone, but I love this for liner. I'm going to use this on my upper lash line. I'm just going to create little dashes and connecting them as I move my brush across my lash line. And I'm using the thickness of my brush as a guide for the thickness of that liner. So basically the width of this is how thick my liner is. I'm gonna soften this in a minute, but I am gonna put it pretty thick because I know I'm gonna go in and soften that and blur that edge out a little bit. So it's gonna create a softer, more kind of smoky effect towards the lash line. It doesn't have to be neat, it doesn't have to be perfect because we're gonna blend. But before I do that blend, I'm gonna take that same color, same brush, and I'm gonna apply that to my lower lashes. Thicker out here and thinner as I work my way towards the innermost corner. Now to blend this out, I'm gonna go into the BK Beauty 207 brush, which is like a pencil brush, but it's a little bit wider and rounded. And I'm gonna use that brush with no product on it to soften and blend that out. Sometimes I do add some color to my brush to blend that out. And if I do, since I use this dark brown shade, I will use maybe the one right next door to soften and blend. Same thing for the lower lashes. Sometimes I will go in for the lower lashes with a little bit more of that rosy color just to soften. It just depends on what my mood is, but today I'm gonna just use my brush bare with no product, and I'm gonna soften and blend this out. And a little trick, if you want to create more of like a lifted, more of a cat eye effect without actually doing a wing with a liner, whether it's pencil or liquid, you can take your brush, and that's why I love this brush as well. That same smudger brush, that's the 204. I don't have any additional product on there. It's whatever's left. So I kind of take that brush right on the outer corner, and then I kind of blink a little bit, and it flicks out that color a little bit, and it creates the illusion of a wing. So when you put your mascara on, it gives you a little bit of something on the outer corner without someone saying, oh, you did a wing liner, or you kind of brought out your eyeshadow too far, if that makes sense. Cool little tip to give that more cat eye effect to the eye. And if you come out too far, don't worry. Take a shadow that matches your skin tone. And for me, I'm gonna just kind of go into this larger palette and bounce between this light kind of yellow and this white with that first brush that I used to set my primer, and I'm gonna clean that up and create a lift. So if you make a mistake, use this trick, clean it up, and no one's gonna know. And of course, we have to tight line before we do any mascara. I'm gonna take this eyeliner from Kosas in the shade called Allure, which is a really dark brown, almost black. And I'm gonna run that right on the waterline. Mascara is the L'Oreal Extensionist mascara. I'm truly obsessed with this. It is time for a new tube, so I need to make a trip to Ulta to, maybe I don't. Maybe I don't need to go in the store because that, I would spend a lot of money. I need to place an order for another one of these. I love this mascara. It is so good. It gives you length, volume, thickness. It is so nice. It is dramatic, so it gives you a more intense, like dramatic false eyelash effect. So if you like a softer, natural look, this is not going to be the one that I would recommend for you. If you want that look, then the Big Deal actually can give you a little bit of a softer look if you don't use as many layers. Mascara is done and the eyes are fully complete at this point. You can, if you do this look, you can definitely add a little something into the innermost corner. Sometimes I do a white eyeshadow for a really bright look and also take that under the brows. I'm not gonna do that today. And then there are times where I like to use like a shadow stick. This one, the Sparkle Stick from Half Magic, in the shade, if I can find the name of it, it's called Champagne Snowflake. It's so pretty. It gives like a really pretty kind of icy vibe. These are incredible. So if you want something like a pop of something, this is where it's at. But I'm not gonna do that today. And you can blend, it's got a little bit of time before it sets, but once these set down, they don't move. So if you want something that's crease proof, that's also a great option. And since this is a requested look for what I was wearing in my January favorites, I'm gonna walk you through the look for the lip combo. I'm gonna start off with the Milani Keep It Full Plumping lip liner in the shade Go All About, and I will do a swatch for you here so you can see. It's a really pretty shade, kind of like my lips but better, and that's what I like about it. So I'm gonna remove my lip balm that I had on already, and I'm going to overline my lips. The lipstick is a collab with Lip Lab and Ashley West. She is a beautiful influencer over on TikTok, which is where you can purchase this lipstick. And I think she does also have Instagram as well. This is a really pretty kind of peachy pink nude color. I'm gonna swatch it so you can see the color, so you can find something similar if you don't wanna purchase this or if you don't have TikTok. That's what that color looks like. And I'm gonna go right over the lip liner with this color. Do you see how pretty that lip combo looks? That lipstick is so beautiful. I have no idea what Lip Lab puts in their lipstick formulas because this will last the entire day. Now, of course, it won't feel like I just freshly applied, but you still see that color where I don't really have to touch up with anything except a clear balm or chapstick or even just a regular lip balm that doesn't have a lot of color, and I kind of refresh the look. And I'm obsessed with this color and formula. It is so pretty. Such a pretty kind of pinky peachy nude, but I did have a little bit of a glossy finish in that video, and it's from this plumper. She's spicy. This is the Revlon Photo Ready Instant Plump Serum. I only have one shade, Magically Inflated. It is a beautiful cool tone pink color. She's spicy. You've been warned, but she actually does work. Plumpers typically, for me, don't do much of anything except tingle, maybe even burn, feel painful, but I feel like I don't really see a difference. That's the color Magically Inflated. With this, be prepared to have really full lips with it, and just do a little bit right on top. And that, my friends, is the look that I was wearing in my January favorites. Thanks for requesting it. I love doing this look because this is so me. This is what I do every single day. And I've been loving this look, and I may tweak things here and there, add a little pizzazz in the inner corner, maybe do a little bit more of a nude version lip combo. But ultimately, these are the products that I'm reaching for because they are literally in a bin on my vanity. And I meant that. When I said it, I meant it. They sit on my vanity because I reach for them every single day. And I love the look that I can create with these products. And the look speaks for itself. It looks so incredibly good on camera, in person. It's literally everything. So try these formulas out. Thanks for being here, for watching. If you want to try anything from this video, everything is going to be listed and linked for you in the description box. Take care and have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you very, very soon. Bye-bye.